Today's Bible English, Judges chapter 6, verse 16. The Lord said to him, I will be with you. You will destroy the Midianites as if you were fighting against one man. Gideon replied, If you are truly going to help me, show me a sign to prove that it is really the Lord speaking to me. Don't go away until I come back and bring my offering to you. The Lord answered, I will stay here until you return. Gideon hurried home. He cooked a young goat and with half a bushel of flour, he baked some bread without yeast. Then carrying the meat in the blanket and the broth in a pot, he brought them out and presented them to the angel who was under the oak tree. The angel of God said to him, Place the meat and the unleavened bread on this rock and pour the broth of it. And Gideon did as he was told. Then the angel of the Lord touched the meat and bread with a staff in his hands, and fire flamed up from the rock and consumed all he had brought. And the angel of the Lord disappeared. When Gideon realized that it was the angel of the Lord, he cried out, Son Lord, I have seen the angel of the Lord face to face. It is all right, the Lord replied. Do not be afraid, you will not die. And Gideon built an altar to the Lord there and named it, The Lord is Peace. The altar remained in orphan in the land of the Canaan of Abijah to this day. The night the Lord said to Gideon, Take the second best bird from your father's herds, the one that is 7 years old. Pull down your father's altar to Baal. Cut down the Asherah pole standing beside it, the burnt an altar the Lord your God have on this year. Laying the stone carefully, sacrifice the bird as a burnt offering on the altar, using as fuel the wood of Asherah pole you cut down. So Gideon took 10 of his servants and did as the Lord has commanded. But he did it at night because he was afraid of other members of his father's household and the people of the town. He knew what would happen if they found out who had done it. Early the next morning, as the people of the town began to stir, someone discovered that the altar Baal had been knocked down and the Asherah pole beside it was gone. In their place, a new altar had been built. It has the remains of sacrifice on it. The people said to each other, Who did this? And after asking around and making a careful search, they learned that it was Gideon, the son of Joash. Bring out your son, they shouted to Joash. He must die for destroying the altar of Baal and for cutting down the Asherah pole. But Joash shouted to the mob, Why are you defending Baal? Will you argue his case? Whoever pleads his case will be put to death by mourning. If Baal truly is God, let him defend himself and destroy the one who knocked down his altar. From then on, Gideon was called Jerubbaal, which means let Baal defend himself, because he knocked down Baal's altar. Soon afterward, the army of the Gideon, Amalek, and the people of the east formed an alliance against Israel and crossed the Jordan, camping in the valley of Zezer. Then the Spirit of the Lord took possession of Gideon. The Hebrew a ramson as core arm. At the man of the clan of the Abijah came to him. He also sent messenger throughout the Manasseh, Asher, Zebulun, and Naphtali, summoning their warriors, and all of them responded. Then Gideon said to God, if you are truly going to use me to rescue Israel as you promised, prove it to me in this way. I will put some wool on the threshing floor tonight. If fierce is wet with dew in the morning, but ground is dry, then I will know that you are going to help me rescue Israel as you promised. And it happened just that way. When Gideon got up the next morning, he squeezed the fierce with dew, wrung out a whole bowlful of water. And then Gideon said to God, please don't be angry with me, but let me make one more request. This time, let the fields remain dry while the ground around is wet with dew. So the night God did as Gideon asked. The fields were dry in the morning, but the ground was covered with dew.